what in the 20s is going
in the
on?
20s,
Think about
yeah.
the 20s.
The 20s,
What
baby.
Plenty.
Plenty.
What in the 20s is
I
going
am
on?
here for my
20s, baby. This is the 20s.
Welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Zamem Kize, and this is What in the 20s, a podcast where you listen to me grow through it, baby. On this episode, we're going to be speaking about how life is not a rehearsal. I know we all go through I know we all go through those thinkings of like, if this could happen to me, then I'll be happy, then I'll be fulfilled, then I'll be satisfied, then life is going to start getting good, Once I reach this goal, things are going to turn around for me. Once I have this amount of money, right, things are going to work out for me. Things are going to be so much better. Once I'm able to be at this stage, have these friends, do these things, go these places and all of that kind of stuff. I get it. I think that we very often, or let me speak for myself, maybe. I spend a lot of time living in my future, and that can be a problem. I spend a lot of time investing, dreaming, thinking, planning for my future, for a time in my life that I'm not even at yet, right? I will fantasize, daydream. I will think about how I'm going to start this thing when I'm at this certain place. I'm going to be able to do certain things and be around certain people and all of that kind of stuff when these certain things in my life have happened for me. And I think that it's because I'm someone who loves to like do goal setting and vision boards and all of that kind of stuff. But because of that, I feel like I almost dissociate from like real time, like I almost dissociate from like the present. It feels like there's a detachment I have from like my real life, if that makes sense, because I am always just so focused on the life I am trying to live, on the person I am trying to be, on this like next stage, the next season. I'm always already planning, we could be in this month right now, but I already have a plan and a vision board for like how I want next month to look and all the rest, or the next 3 months of my life. Like I'll always plan my life in like a 12-week kind of schedule and all the rest. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, although sometimes those things can be good and, so I guess plan for your future. Like I said, like my problem is it makes it very difficult for me to appreciate my now. It makes it very difficult for me to take notice of what's going on in my life right now, because I'm always living somewhere where I'm not, like mentally, I am always in a different space than whatever that is happening, currently. And I think it can be a really exhausting place sometimes for people, right? Because you're always trying to calculate the best possible outcomes. You're always trying to figure out what's going to happen. You even sometimes think you can preempt what someone is going to say, right? You think you already know how this conversation is going to go. You already think like, it's like because you want to minimize any possibility of you not getting your way, right? I think it's also a way of like how you maintain control, right, in your life. You feel like if you can plan for everything and work out every scenario and all the rest, then you're better prepared for anything that could possibly happen, right? And that's the thing. It's like we don't even do the thing or like be in the moment and stuff because we've already kind of made our assumptions about how things are going to play out, our assumptions on how the future is meant to look like or how we think it's going to be. And I think it can be really sad, because we can even say to each other like things of like, not to each other, to ourselves, things like, once I reach this weight or my body looks like this and stuff, then I'm gonna go do this thing, then I'm gonna go to this holiday, then I'm gonna buy this dress, so I'm gonna, like we have a way of delaying certain experiences in our lives, certain desires that we have and all the rest, because we just keep thinking that only once this is done, only once I have this, then, I'll be able to enjoy it, right? I know even with like things like rest, I'll tell myself only once I have done A, B, C, D, E, F, and G will I take a break. Only once I have fully exerted all my energy and all of that kind of stuff, then I'm allowed to take, a minute. I want to feel like I deserve this period of rest and all of that kind of stuff, because it's like, it's just I cannot be present with what my mind or my body is feeling, because I'm so focused on what it is that I'm trying to do. And I know that, like I said, we can do that all the time. And the problem with that is that we procrastinate our desires, right? When we move with that mindset of thinking that better is only going to come later, we will procrastinate our pursuits, our dreams, our goals, our plans, our life, because we have told ourselves in our mind essentially that this version of ourselves does not deserve that joy. This version of ourselves does not deserve that relationship with that person. This version of ourselves does not deserve that job. This version of ourselves does not deserve this excitement, does not deserve this vacation, this break, this whatever it is. We feel unworthy. We feel like we are not capable, right? It's that thing of I'm not good enough, right? For the thing that I, want in my heart. So I'm going to wait, because only once I have this amount of money can I now, do that thing. Only once I start looking like this, once I start having this and all of that. Because it's that thing that we tell ourselves that right now is not the time. Oh man, I've said that to myself. Like, right now it's just not the time yet, or I'm not ready yet, is what I would say. It's not ready yet, because you want everything to be perfect. You want everything to come out just like excellent and all the rest. And you feel like if it is now, it's not going to be lived to its full potential, right? And it's very arrogant of us to assume, that we have all the time in the world to live our lives, in a sense that we have all the time in the world to decide when to be happy, to decide, because it is a decision, right? As they say, but to decide when we're going to actually be present in our lives, to decide when we're actually going to enjoy our lives and stuff like that. But when we now live in this state of constantly thinking not now, constantly thinking that we're not ready, we're not deserving, we're not worthy, we begin to self-sabotage our desires, self-sabotage ourselves and all the rest. Like I said, because you don't feel capable, right? You don't feel like you can actually do this, right? Or you should be doing this and stuff like that. And you should be living this life now and all the rest. That we will now hold ourselves back, from the things that we're wanting in our hearts. We'll hold ourselves back from healthy relationships with people, from great friendships with people. We'll hold ourselves back from pursuing certain things and stuff like that, because it feels like, we just feel like, how dare we, even think that we could rock this outfit right now in this body or whatever it is. How dare we think that we can pursue this person, pursue this job and all the rest. Like, how do you know what I'm saying? It feels almost audacious of you, right? And we just keep thinking but don't worry though, when I'm in my 30s, don't worry though, when I'm in my 40s, I'm going to be better, I'm going to do better, I'm going to heal, right? So we'll even delay our healing and be like, I'm not ready yet, we'll delay being a better version of ourselves and stuff like that. We'll be like, just not right now. Life is just not, what I'm saying, is not allowing for those things to happen right now and stuff. And it's like, sometimes we get so consumed by believing that we're going to fail. Sometimes we actually, and we might not say it out loud, we might not actually, vocalize that this is what we're thinking, this is what we're feeling. But subconsciously, I think that's what's going on, is like, we actually think that we will fail. And that's why we, indulge in those self-sabotaging practices and stuff like that. Like, we actually don't think that, joy is available to us right now, that happiness and fulfillment is available to us right now, that rest is available to us right now, that good friendships are available to us right now, that love is available to us right now, right? We think we think that if we were to embark on those pursuits right now, it feels premature and it feels like it is, destined to fail, that it is doomed, right? And we really need to check ourselves on that, on that thing. I think I can put my present and like my present life under so much pressure because I'm unable to, as I said earlier, appreciate it, right? I'm unable to really see it and value it for all that it is because I'm so focused on all that it's not. I'm so focused on everything that I haven't achieved yet, everything that I am not yet, at yet, and all the things I don't have, all the things I haven't done, all the, you know what I'm saying? And we do that all the time. Listen to how you talk to yourself, listen to the things you say to yourself, or even when you're speaking to people and all the rest. And we just keep delaying and delaying and delaying, and we end up wasting so much time. We end up wasting so much time chasing joy, chasing happiness, chasing freedom, chasing peace, chasing success, chasing all these things, right? And we're wasting it because we don't realize that all of these things are already available to us right now and in abundance. The love that you want, all of that kind of stuff, it exists and it's available, and it's, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be like run after. And I think that I can sometimes find myself in this loop of just like chasing another, I guess, life experience that I don't realize that everything I want is already, in terms of the things that can make me happy is already here, and I don't need to delay that happiness. I don't need to delay like when I plan on starting this dream, starting this plan, starting this goal. We'll always say like, oh, one day, but like one day isn't coming. There is no one day, right? It's literally all we ever have is today. And I mean that in the very literal sense of like tomorrow just ends up becoming today, if that makes sense, because I mean, that's, if you've read the book, The Power of Now, that's essentially what they speak about, right? Is that they really, if you really understand the time and all the rest, right? Is that there is no yesterday or tomorrow or whatever it is. It really is everything that we are now. And I think sometimes when we delay and we keep thinking like, oh, we're just rehearsing for when things get better. I'm rehearsing for when I have the money. I'm rehearsing for when I have the partner. I'm rehearsing for when I have this and that. We miss out on so much, and when I, back to when I say like, when I speak about how we waste time, is we'll even waste time loving the wrong people, right? It's being in the wrong relationships and all the rest, and maintaining that and growing it and stuff, waiting, thinking that like, no, I'm entertaining this for now, but like, yeah, one day things are going to get better. One day I'm going to find my, this and that. But how do you expect yourself to find what's meant for you when you're so busy occupying what isn't, when you're so busy entertaining what isn't, when you're so busy welcoming what isn't, right? How do you expect to make this full life for yourself when you're so busy accepting and allowing and condoning, the things that are sucking you dry, the things that are leaving you empty and all the rest. And you tell yourself, but this is just for now. This is just temporary and all that kind of stuff, right? But who's to say, who's to say the things that are meant for you, the things that want you and all the rest, you know what I'm saying, are going to find you when you can't even get yourself out of, being stuck in this rehearsal relationship that you're in, stuck in this rehearsal job that you're in, this rehearsal dream that you're not even living in and stuff like that, I'm just delaying and delaying and delaying. Like, I think we will even be stuck building other people's dreams, right? And waste our time doing that for so long, that we don't even realize, because we, like I said, we keep telling ourselves, but this is temporary, but this is just for now. This is just for this season. This is just, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, what do you think is coming? Like, what do you think is next? Because this is time that is passing right now. If you keep telling us that this is just temporary and stuff, this temporary time is still time. Whether or not, you choose to make the most of it or to waste it, it is still time in your life that is passing by, if I'm making sense. It is still time that you are never going to get back. It is time that you're never going to compensate for or whatever, because it's gone. Once it passes, it's gone. Once that moment, comes and it leaves, you can't get it back and you cannot replicate it. You cannot experience the same thing twice the exact same way. And we miss out on so many moments, on so many good things, great things, just amazing things, right? Because we just keep letting time pass us and we're not being present in terms of all the good, in terms of the gratitude we could be experiencing, the people in our lives that bring us joy, laughter, and all the rest, the season that we're in that allows us to experience ourselves in a different way, learn things about ourselves and all of that, because we're so busy thinking about our next season, thinking about one day when this happens for me, one day if things are going to change, one day, and you know what I'm saying? It's like that one day. What if one day isn't looking for you? Like you're like looking for that day and stuff. What if it's not on its way to you, And that time is going. Like I don't know if I can stress that enough. It's like that time that you're using just hoping for a different season and all the rest and stuff like that is still passing you by. This is all you have, right? This life that is given to you, that is, that we're so blessed to live, is all we have. And we don't get a do-over. We don't get okay, let's just start from the beginning, We don't get a restart. And I don't think that we fully grasp that sometimes. I think that we become so comfortable just letting things pass by us because we're so used to experiencing another day, right? But we actually have no knowledge of when our days end, of when it wraps up. And what are you comfortable? Let me rephrase this. What are you uncomfortable leaving this earth having not done yet? If I make sense. Like if your time comes, what is it that you're thinking, but I haven't done this yet. But I haven't, all of that kind of stuff. I haven't achieved this yet and whatever. And that's what I'm trying to say when I'm like, this isn't a rehearsal. It is literally now. Your time is now to start that thing you've been thinking about, to actually venture on this thing, to start this dream, to start this goal, to reach out, to be more confident, to make more friends, to do, because I'm like, what is it that, like, if I were to tell you that you only have this many hours left, what is it that you're thinking about that makes you think, oh my gosh, but wait, I still need to, do this, say this, go here, all of that kind of stuff. And, I think if you can drill that in your mind, that like, this is that life that you get to do that in. This is that lifetime where you get to do that in. I think you will realize that joy really is right now. It really is existing. It's existing in your presence, right? That peace that you desire is in making that decision that, it starts here. It starts with me. It starts with the changes I'm going to make in my life. It starts with the discipline I'm going to have, the boundaries I'm going to have. I'm not going to keep waiting for a moment to come and find me. I'm not going to keep waiting for a better person to come find me, whatever it is. I am choosing right now to make that, be intentional about your life. It is the only one you have. It's the only one you're ever going to get. Be intentional about the decisions you're making, about the spaces you're occupying, about the things that you're doing. Make your life full. It is your duty. It is your absolute responsibility to make fullness and wholeness out of this life that you have been blessed with. You have to show up for it. There's that version of you inside that is begging you to show up for them, to actually live, and that was something I had to tell myself, like, Zama, I honestly feel like you're not living the way you used to. I feel like when I was 19, 20, 21, I was I was taking a lot more risks. I felt safer in just, doing whatever and trusting that like life was going to work out for me anyways. And I think I've become a lot more reserved. I've become a lot more scared. I've become a lot more like, oh, let me just wait, or let me just, see things out, and all of that kind of stuff. And I want to go back to feeling that spirit of like enjoying life. I want to go back to that spirit of having fun. I think I need to learn how to have fun again. I get so caught up in wanting some version of success that I see in my head that I don't know why I don't equate fun to success. I think it's important to enjoy, right? It's important to laugh. It's important to have things to look forward to. It's important to have friends. It's important to have relationships with people, to have community and all of that kind of stuff. Do not neglect it because of because of how you think that you're supposed to be doing something else, or one day this is going to happen for me, or when this changes for me and all of that kind of stuff. Learn to have fun now. Learn to take risks now. Learn to enjoy things now. Take full opportunity of every day. Genuinely take full opportunity of your health. Take full opportunity of, your body, of the resources you have, of, just like your day and stuff. Like, I get it, like, we're tired. I get it that there's certain things going on that feels like it is slowing us down, holding us back. And so I get that life feels so tough sometimes, and I never want to diminish that, or make it insignificant and all the rest. But what I'm saying is that time is passing. Time is going. And the more time we spend focusing on everything that is wrong, everything that is not happening for us, everything that we lack, the less we're able to realize, how much is so great about ourselves, about our life, how much opportunity is available, how much we can actually just take a hold of life and be in control, and then just have the time of our lives. And that's my, my declaration and my plan. And, I had to sit with myself and say, Zama girl, you need to start living your life again. You need to actually start enjoying it again. You need to start doing things that make you happy again. Stop waiting and thinking it's only going to happen once certain things are ticked off. It is really today that I have. And then again, tomorrow will be today again. And the day after that will be another today that I get to make full, take full opportunity of the fact that, like, yeah, this is my life and I'm going to live it. And I want you to live it. I want you to do the thing you want to do. This is your life. And yeah, I truly in my heart of hearts hope that you enjoy it. As always, I'm sending my love. Goodbye.
What in the 20s is going
In the
on?
20s,
Think about
yes.
the 20s.
What
baby.
in the 20s? Plenty.
What in the 20s is
I
going
am
on?
here for my
20s, baby. This is the 20s.